Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jade and this is Collectorspace. Now this isn't a usual unboxing video, this is a post-unboxing video because I did record my unboxing and whatnot for Howliday Draculaura here. However, I didn't really review Draculaura in my first attempt at filming this. Instead, I more or less ranted about the state of Monster High Alumni products at the moment, and that honestly needs to be its own video, which I will make at another time. But what I neglected to do during my first run was actually reviewing the doll. So here we are, we're remedying that, I know. Probably not the video that people were anticipating when I announced it. But here she is nonetheless. I already got the doll out of her packaging. There isn't really much to go over, but I will show you guys her barcode just in case you're looking for her. Unfortunately, she is very hard to come by. I'm lucky enough that I was able to get her for retail price, and there's the back of the box with her. Clawed hands, which mine does not have, but apparently that is a variant that exists out there. It says, Seasoned Screamings, Draculaura is ready for a fabulous holiday season, dressed in a glittered gown with spiderweb details, a sheer coat with sparkling snowflake bats, winter-themed accessories including candy cane gloves and ornament earrings to complete her fantastic look. May your holidays be scary and bright. I quite like this doll. I think the reason she gets such a bad rap is because of how Mattel handled releasing her, because as a doll, like, objectively speaking, I haven't washed her hair yet, so it's Flyaway City right now. She still has box hair, but the doll herself is really nice. I like her quite a lot. She is different from other Monster High Alumni products released this year in the sense that she has a clear, glittery, well, not clear, but like sort of transparent, glittery stand to match her whole aesthetic, which is really cool. I quite like that little detail. It's not just like a plain black stand or a silver stand or whatnot. And like, she's really cool because she has these fabric gloves, which Monster High as a brand I don't think ever really did outside of a couple releases. Like if they were fishnet gloves, they did them, like with Ghoulia Yelps in her core doll, and like fur stuff for Abby. Why did I say it like a Canadian? Abby. No. Oh, honey, no. I don't normally say her name like that. But you guys get the picture. Like, this is not something that Monster High did very often in the original brand. They did do it a couple times. There's a handful of dolls that have fabric gloves, but it's nice to see them put that extra effort here for Draculaura, and I do love that. Now, she does have the original hand connection points and arm connection points. I checked in my first run-through of recording this video, and another way you can easily tell is she doesn't have the R1 L1 stamped on the palms of her hands, like the Cree Productions and Haunt Couture do. The modified, sturdier pegs always are indicated by the little factory marking distinguishing left from right. Whereas the original Monster High sculpts, like the 100% original, like down to connection point and peg and everything, does not have that little distinguisher on the palms of the hands. So that's a fun little detail. I'm not sure how many collectors pick up on that or even care, but I do. I usually would prefer the newer connection points because they are sturdier, as I have said. But regardless, she's not really going to be doing all that much. She is here in the home of an adult collector, myself, and she will be largely sitting on a shelf for the holiday season this year. So, yeah. Now, Draculaura doesn't come with a whole lot of things. She doesn't come with a brush. She does come with a very flimsy certificate of authenticity, which I will take out of its sleeve for posterity's sake. Oh, I have torn the sleeve, so there's no going back now. Somebody is probably screaming in pain. This is very shitty cardstock. Pardon my French, but it is. This is the lowest quality certificate of authenticity I have ever had the misfortune of holding in my hand. The other Monster High Alumni stuff that came with certificates of authenticity, i.e. Haute Couture, the Collector stuff, they don't feel that cheap. That's cheap paper. Cheap textured paper. So, yeah, nice to know her only other accessory is very flimsy. Should not have taken it out of the sleeve. Not that that would have mattered. I'm keeping her box anyways, so it will stay in the back side of there. Now, the doll herself, I feel like I've taken forever to get. This video is honestly longer than it should be. There really is not a whole lot going on with her. She's very simple. You know, she has this sheer coat. It's not actually sheer material. I'm pretty sure it's just organza. And it's not hemmed. It's laser cut, which means, and you can already see it at the ends here, it will curl over time. That's one of the things I absolutely despise about organza being used on collector dolls, is just because over time it doesn't matter if you keep it in the box or out of the box. Over time it will curl. If I had reviewed Haute Couture Draculaura when I received her in the mail all the way back in May, I would have said the same thing. Hers is holding up a lot better than I thought it would, but it's still organza. It's not gonna do great in the coming years, regardless of if you were to keep her in box or not. That's just what organza does. It's a very, very shitty fabric, if I'm being entirely honest. It's not the worst fabric in the world, but as far as premium fabrics go, it's not the greatest either. It is cute though, and the little glitter snowflakes are all applied pretty well. Like, I can rub my finger on them and none of the glitter comes off. The problem is, it's not really glittery. Like, I honestly would have preferred if the glitter on here was a slightly different color. Maybe throw in some pink ones, because they don't do an awful good job of standing out at all. Now, her belt is a drippy sort of. I'm just going to take it off to show you because it's very difficult to see on camera with her wearing it. But this is her belt. It's a transparent piece of plastic. It's kind of gummy, not super rubbery, just like your standard Monster High belt. It's got drips on it, which are pretty flexible. It's got this pearly pink embellishments on the buckle, and of course it attaches in the back. Now here is her coat. Her coat just would slide off if you were to pop her arms off. I'm not going to demonstrate that for you because, as I have stated, she has the original Monster High connection points from Gen 1, which, in layman's terms, meaning I will never be changing her out of this outfit or removing any articles of clothing from her if I wish for her arm pegs to stay intact because of my clumsy ass. So, yeah, we're not going to see what the Velcro looks like. Just trust that it's a separate piece from the dress. The little mini dress, which does not have the glitter on the back. It is what is typical of current day Mattel, which is having the pattern only on the front. It's sad when G3, the play line, can actually do 360 designs on their fabric, but the Alumni Collector doll cannot. That's my one harp with her, because she is otherwise a very fine doll. Like, I love her so much. I wouldn't have bought her if I didn't like her. Also, the glitter on here, it stays on decently well. Some of it came off. It's not as well sealed as the snowflakes on her coat, cape thing. Her boots are not painted. They are glittery, rubbery plastic, same material as her belt. They have snowflakes embossed on them, and the heel is like some sort of bat heart icicle crystal bow thing. I cannot tell for the life of me what that is supposed to be. It honestly looks like a light stick from a K-pop group. So that's just what I'm gonna pretend it is, because that's what my brain can make sense of it as. But otherwise, it's an okay shoe. It's a Monster High shoe. I don't know what you guys want from it. And then she has this really cool. I wish this piece were glittery, like the shoes and the crown. The crown is glittery. This collar piece is not glittery or metallic in any way, shape, or form. Oh, I suppose it does have a few bits of glitter on it, so maybe it's just mine that doesn't have a lot of glitter on it. But it's a little spiderweb heart cage with some bat wings in it and stuff. It's removable at the back. There's just rubber bands securing it in place. Her hair is full saran. The pink, the black. The tinsel is the only exception. I know some people don't like tinsel. Oh well, c'est la vie. That's it is whatever. It is whatever. It's okay. It's not the best tinsel. Like, you can see it's fraying. Tinsel is what it is. Like, she's a holiday doll. And honestly, for a holiday doll, she's pretty well done. Especially because she's fully articulated. You know, most doll companies, when they do holiday releases, they don't bother giving them full articulation. I mean, look at Holiday Barbie. She has always had the standard 5 points of articulation, with only a few exceptions for her holiday dolls. And lately, they've been very lackluster. And I suppose MGA, when they started doing holiday dolls recently, kind of upped the ante with fully articulated dolls, but largely, up until like recent years, it's pretty out of the norm for a holiday release to have more than 5 points of articulation. So this is pretty good. You know, fully articulated G1 doll. Here's her crown. It's a glittery snowflake tiara thing. It's kind of secured in the way that you would expect it to be secured, which is by a rubber band on her ponytail, much like they would have done in the days of old. Now, her face. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, also her earrings, their ornaments, they're cute. Her face. Her lip screening is adorable. Her little heart with the spider web is so cute. Her eye makeup. Well, it's a Draculaura doll. She has really good eye makeup. She even has a little bit of blush, which I wasn't expecting, but it's cute. Pink rosy cheeks. My one gripe is maybe I'm just too used to the more detailed screenings from more recent releases like G3 and the Bride of Frankenstein set, but you can't release this in the same year with this fabulous screening and all of this detail here. Do the similar thing on the new playline, and then not even just a hint of the G3 screening in there. I'm honestly a little disappointed. Like, I get she's supposed to be an alumni doll. She's for old fans like myself. She's for fans like myself who have been with Monster High since the beginning. And she very much fits in with a lot of the older Monster High dolls. Why won't she go back on her stand? Mika, I need you to, por favor, please, do not fight me. Absolutely not today. Okay, there, stand, please. Okay, well, like, yeah, she very much fits in with the older style Monster High dolls. Like, if I reach up above me for 2 seconds and bring down my sweet 1600 Draculaura with her falling apart bun, because honestly, I did not add enough hairspray to it, and she doesn't have the correct earrings, she fits in very well with the original style Monster High dolls, like skin tone, hands, hair, albeit hers is a lot nicer because she's new. But the older Monster High used higher quality tinsel. Like, this doll is a decade old at this point. Sweet 1600 came out in 2011, at the tail end of 2011. It was the winter line, and the tinsel held up a lot better than the tinsel right out of box on the new doll is holding up. Like, I guess the quality of tinsel has gone down too, but, you know, she's still pretty. She feels like an original Monster High doll, which is good in some respects. Like, she looks the way I would expect an alumni product to, and I am largely happy to have her in my collection, especially considering the fact that she was a struggle to get a hold of, let alone for retail price. I'm surprised I even managed to do that. And I don't think the listing is up anymore, so I can't link to it or anything. But, yeah. I suppose my few gripes is, well, she's an original Monster High doll. And by that I mean connection points and eye screening. I just, I guess no, Real Drama, even Real Drama had slightly more detailed screenings in the eyes. Ever so slightly more. I don't know, looking at her, she's cute, I like her, but this feels a little bit like a letdown. Just a little bit. Just a bit. That's my one complaint. I am allowed one complaint. I paid $44 for this doll. I am allowed to complain about one minuscule thing. And I do hope going forward that any alumni products that Monster High continues to produce, because allegedly they seem to be continuing with that, because they've been doing well financially, even though fans have had an absolute nightmare of a time trying to get a hold of it, is I hope that they do screenings that are more like this and less like this. This screening was fine for its time, but she's a little dated now. And so it's a little jarring seeing her next to every other new Monster High thing that has come out this year. Even the two recent Universal Horrors collectors have the updated screening style, and even Real Drama has a slightly modified version of the classic Monster High screening. So, yeah, I'm expecting a little bit more. Just a little bit. Like a slight tweak would have made her. But other than that, I quite like her. I do wish she had a handbag. That's my one other complaint. But I'm pretty sure that nobody's going to disagree with me on that, on that department. Because, yeah, she should have at least had a handbag instead of a certificate of authenticity. I mean, they include those with so many dolls now, it's honestly meaningless. Especially because she's not even a limited edition doll. I mean, not even limited by, like, edition size standards. Because she's a holiday doll, so obviously they made enough of her for, in theory, to go around. It's just, for some reason, you know what, I said it would be a separate video, and it will be. I will address and give my grievances about the whole way that the alumni series of Monster High products is being handled in its own time. I have 2 or 3 other videos that I want to make before I cover that, though. Anyway, by the time this video goes up, it will actually be the holiday season. I plan on uploading her to usher in the holiday season. Y'all are probably going to vote. Actually, no. The poll is up at the time that I'm recording this. I don't know why I'm telling you. The poll will have already long passed, though, by the time this video goes up, because the poll is determining when this video goes up. I wanted you guys to have a little bit of a say. So, until then, happy holidays. Whatever you celebrate. Personally, I adore all of the Christmassy, wintry stuff, but that's just me. So, have a happy, safe holiday season. Remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to one another, and I will see you all in the next video.